Hit start recording. Hey YouTube, welcome to another hobby, a little bit of hobby. We are painting up I am painting up my Seraphim for my Sisters of Battle, for my Adeptus Ministorum. Just continuing work on them. If we decide to move on to something else, we'll see what we move on to from there. It will probably end up being the Davidians, because I have 2 squads of these just in a 500 point list for Sisters Repentia. And they need some paint. We probably won't be getting around to painting up the 5 regulars that I have yet, partially because I would like to at least be able to paint up a full squad of 10 before I start painting them. And painting up a full squad of 10 requires the other 15 that I ordered to get here at some point, because that would be nice. I have another 5 of these coming as well. So I have a full squad of 10 Seraphim and 2 squads of 10 Sisters of Battle. Let's see where we left off. I blacked in. Most of the stuff is going to be black. There's still some things that need to be decided on as far as colors go. But we're just going to jump in and see where things end up. I clean off my my wet palette. So we're going to go grab black gray, and we're going to start up these, their ribbons. Paint up all their cloth. I'll put some black gray on the old palette of wet. This is working much better now that I've started making sure that the parchment paper is smaller than the not parchment paper. This is the wrong. Is it? That's the right one. Okay. Never mind. I've got the lights off in the room, trying to see if that provides better ambient light. So far, it just makes me look old. Not that I'm not old, because I kind of am. Oh, that's wonderful. OBS just froze. The video just froze, I should say. Everything else seems to be working fine. Okay. It does that every once in a while. It really annoys me. I find it very annoying. So we're going to take some black gray. Use it as our initial highlight. Black cloth portions. I don't know how long I'll be streaming today. Maybe about an hour and a half. Just because I want to play some Destiny and maybe some Saints Row 3, because that went backwards compatible this week. And it's a game I've meant to play for a while. So, and I apologize again for the forehead cam. I'm just gonna have to live with it for now, until I can find a way to mount that in a better place. Right now there, unfortunately, is not a good place to mount that second webcam. I'm glad it's working. When I first tried to do 2 webcams, it would cause my computer to crash. So let's just be thankful it's not doing that. Or not be thankful if you don't enjoy having the not quite face cam. I am watching the chat, so if you have questions to ask or observations to make, anything along those lines, feel free. Jump in there. Say something. Before I give up on you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I wonder if maybe that was a song for a Twitch streamer looking for audience engagement. Probably not, but that's how I choose to view it now. Hopefully that is visible and all. It's been 24 days since our last follower, so I'm hoping maybe we get someone in here who finds this interesting and wants to follow. Can test out my new notifications. Alerts. I mean, I've tested them, but not the same as when they pop up live. So last Thursday, I went and played my first game of 8th edition. It was fun. I got curb stomped by Grey Knights with my Craft World. I mean, I've never been a particularly good player to begin with, but it was a pretty significant stomping. And my opponent even made the same observation I usually make about war games. I generally lose, but I look good doing it. Because my armies are all fully painted and pretty well painted, if I do say so myself. That's the top, and that's the front. This is all the front, and that's the front. Make sure I'm consistent in which side of these I decide is the front and which side is the back. So otherwise it's gonna end up looking funky. Not a good kind of funky. Alright. That finishes off the black gray. In fact, let's do this. I'm going to do something here. We're going to do a quick music change. So if you will pardon me a moment, we're going to pull up VLC Media Player. This is going to disable song requests, so I apologize for that. I won't disable them. I'm gonna press stop on the music player that's doing song requests, so you won't be able to do them anymore. That's interesting. It's showing it as more as an orange instead of a red. Interesting effect it's getting. Okay. Alright, here's a VLC Media Player. And we're going to pull up this. Because, as I said before, this is... Because of what this whole thing is, it's more of a Zen painting thing than it is a... like painting tutorials or anything like that. So, what I'm going to do is see if I can find my folder of music. I don't think it's in downloads. I think it's on my other hard drive. And I'm going to set that as our background music instead of the background music that I'm using here, which is a YouTube playlist. So we're going to set to some Kevin McLeod stuff that I use for Zenish painting. And if you're ever curious why it's called Zenish painting, it's because Zen painting is taken. That belongs to Oasis Rising, and it's a fantastic fantastic video series. And if you need something to listen to in the background while you paint, or just relax to, I recommend it. It's very very chill. Okay, so it's not in there, so it must be in here. While we're at it, I need to turn off some notifications on my... No. Here we go. I'm going to put all of these in here. Now, there are only 6 tracks, so what that means is we're going to be listening to the same song a lot. So I hope that is okay with everyone. It won't be a whole lot different than what we're doing now. News, sound, there. Okay. Now that's not making noises. I kind of like this music, but okay. I wish there was a pause button on this instead of a stop. All right, we're gonna hit stop there, and then we're gonna hit play here. Come on, play. It's not playing. Why is it not playing? It's thinking real hard about playing. There we go. Okay, so here's our music now. This will be our music to paint by. Okay. So we got the black gray in there. What I want is light gray, which I'm going to add to the black gray to brighten it up some and make for a lovely highlight. Put some of that on the old wet palette. Get my brush wet. I should probably do at some point is just get Vallejo model color gray, like their base gray, standard gray, and that'll give me a nice in-between between light gray and black gray, so I don't have to mix my own. As much as I like using light gray, I might have to go back to using medium sea gray. It just has better... It's more opaque. Because this Model Air light gray is a little on the pale, or the transparent side. It's very wet. Did I get the sleeves on this? No, I didn't get her sleeves. So I want to check. Okay. Alright, now what we're going to do, I'm going to take an especially fine brush, and with a mix that's more light gray than it is black gray, I'm just going to put a few extra highlights on there. When I say more light gray than black gray, I mean mostly light gray. Focus this on edges and folds so as not to overwhelm with the lightness of the gray, like so. Looks pretty good, I think. Since these are my own models, I'm painting to basically maybe a high tabletop standard. It's what I consider my painting level to be. They're not display quality models or anything like that. They're just very good looking, very nice. Looks like I might need some more light gray on my palette. So let's get a little more light gray. That's why I've got the paint, so I can use it. And I'm just going to test something real quick here. Can people see the chat? And the correct answer is yes, they can. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that, in fact, if someone chats, I will be able to see it. So, that's why I have that box there. Because one of the things I find, especially knowing about watching recorded live streams, is that a lot of time, especially if it's a YouTube, not a Twitch VOD, someone asks a question, and all you hear is the answer. You rarely get the question repeated. So this way, even folks watching on YouTube, if there's a question asked and I answer it, and I don't repeat the question back, you'll be able to see what the question was, at least. Which might be helpful if you want to know the answer. That was weird. The screen just flashed. I know not why. Music, by the way. You know, the guy that everyone uses for YouTube battle reports and stuff. He has a large library of royalty-free music and non-royalty-free music. Two more to go. Painted the wrong side of this particular piece of cloth. Oh well. Just gotta fix it now then, before I move on to the reds. Sorry, just got a message that made me laugh. It wasn't through Twitch. It was a group me message with the folks I usually play Destiny with. We're talking about the Nightfall and how difficult it is, and that is extremely hard this week. And someone's response was, "The Nightfall's not the only thing that's extremely hard this week." It's pretty clever. Better check to make sure I have this on repeat, or I'm going to be in trouble. Okay, there we go. Now it'll loop all. We're going to run out of music real soon. It's the last track. All right. Pretty happy with where that's at. Pretty happy. Not 100% happy, but pretty happy. Okay, so takes care of that part. Now, fun part. So we already did our Bloodstain Red. So now we get Clotted Red out. I love these. This Reaper Blood Red Triad is really pretty great. I'm very fond of it. Highly recommend it. Gonna need quite a bit of that. Get our finer tipped brush. And let's start on the Sister Superior. second layer of bloodstained red, though, would not have gone amiss here. But I will do a Carroburg Crimson wash after the followed by the last highlight again, and that usually helps darken things down a little bit. This also happens to be the color I like to use on their lips for the helmetless sisters. Rather than the Carnage Red, which is really bright, and they don't need hooker red lips, so...
See what a nice red that is. It's a very...
Has a lot of depth to it. That's why I like it. Okay, so now you have to carefully identify some other parts. So this can get prickly. Huzzah.
I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking. Okay.
Next one. And this was the one that's twisted. Number 3. Some parts of this I definitely missed the usual base coat of bloodstained red. That's okay, it'll still work. We'll just start with clotted red. And work our way down a little bit sometimes. Thought for a while about doing some of these in like parchment colors, look like purity seals, but now I'm looking at them, I don't wanna, so I'm not gonna, because that's my prerogative. And I don't need permission, make my own decisions. checking time. See how long I'm going. See how much time is left on the playlist. We're back up to track 2, which is Music for Manatees. Manatees. Music for Manatees. That's a lot of cloth to be read on this one. For whatever reason. Probably because I kind of have a soft spot for the red cloth. I think it looks sweet. It's just so... It just breaks up the black and the white so nicely. And I like it. Yeah. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to take the third color in that triad, which is Carnage Red. Get a big old glob of that on my palette. And we're going to highlight once again. Carnage Red is such a silky red. I love it. going with some more of that black gray and get areas like this that I missed.
But as you can see, that is a beautiful red. And it's not even done yet.
We still have a wash and another highlight to go over it. Some of you who have seen me work on them before might wonder, if I love this red so much, why didn't I paint my blood angels like this? And the answer is quite simple. I wanted to be able to airbrush them, and I didn't want to have to mix paints, which I would have had to do using these to airbrush with. I would have had to thin them down to get them to an airbrush consistency instead of just using Vallejo model air colors.
So the answer is basically laziness. Laziness is the answer. We missed the camera. Alright. One more and we are done with this step. And then we'll need to hit it with a Carroburg Crimson Wash. And one more time with Carnage Red. And the reds will be done. I figure since the red is the most obvious accent color on these models, that it can get a little extra love. Okay. And real quick, just go back and put highlights on it later, but I want to make sure I remember to oh crap, I missed that one too. Go. Sometimes you miss stuff. It happens. It is a fact of life in painting. Sometimes you're gonna miss something, and when you do notice, it's gonna be an aw crap moment. Okay, so I'm gonna grab Carroburg Crimson, Cotman 3. And we're just gonna slather this on all of the red stuff. And it gives it a very rich red color as it deepens the shadows and brings out those red tones. So we're using it basically as a glaze with some elements of wash, because we do want it in the recesses. But at the same time, we want it on all the red. Being very careful not to get it on the white armor. That's another one I'm going to have to fix the black on. It gives you an idea of why I wasn't too concerned about the parts that I missed painting the bloodstain red on, because you can see the wash provides a nice shadow even on that stuff. And one more. And then I think we'll call it, because I gotta wait for the wash to dry before I can really do anything else on these. And I'm gonna be at lunch. It is the time. It is time. Time for lunch. Alright, so there we go. So we're going to wait for that to dry. And once that wash is dry, go back in with Carnage Red. Pick out some highlights. And the reds on these ladies will be done. We can move on to metallics, I think. The chains and the sensors, that kind of stuff. The halos on their heads, behind their heads. Pick out some details on the armor, that sort of thing. So we're gonna call it there. That will mean that'll be it. I don't know if that's gonna be it for today. I might come back and stream some more we'll have to see. But for now, that's going to be it. Thank you for checking out the video. Thanks for coming and watching. Let me know if this is better music for these videos, because I like it, and I can probably go a little bit longer with it than usual. So if it's good, let me know, and we'll use it as our paint stream music on the regular, because anything that helps make it a little bit better, more enjoyable to check out the stream is a good thing. All right, everybody have a good one, and I'll try and maybe do a stream Saturday. I can't set a schedule right now because my work schedule is all over the place, so it makes it difficult to set a streaming schedule. And I don't like to stream in the evenings because I like to spend the evenings with my wife. Call me weird. Okay, so we will catch you later.